because it was one of the biggest roadblocks for me getting started in real estate investing, is I assumed I was spending money. When I put $20,000 down, which I leveraged from a home equity line of credit, but even if it was $20,000 in my own cash, typically before I kind of changed my mindset, I thought I was spending the money. I thought it was the same as me going on vacation or buying a car, something that depreciates immediately or is gone. It is not that. You are not spending the money. Sure, you're spending money on a property if you don't check it out and you're overpaying for it. Yeah, you're losing money on it. But if you're doing your due diligence and just buying a piece of real estate, even at market value, you are not spending money. You are transferring that to an actual asset, which has now more power than your cash had. Your cash is only useful for transactions or for your balance sheet. You move your cash over to a rental, to a piece of real estate, it still sticks on your balance sheet. That $20,000 is there. It's just not as liquid,
right?
But you still have that. So I think that's really difficult for people to get over that hump. I've heard it so many times. We only got, X amount of dollars in our bank account. We really don't want to spend that. You're not spending it. Are you going to spend all that cash in your bank account? And do you need that for your living expenses? That's completely different than is that money sitting there and you're going to reallocate it to an investment that's going to grow over time.
The money you got $100 in the account, it's worth $91 next year.
Exactly.
Like that's mind blowing to me.
Yeah. And you still need cash. You should still have cash. Emergencies pop up. You got to have a little nest egg there. But if you would have just taken, 20 of those dollars and invested in real estate, well, your $20 may be worth $30 now in real estate, and maybe your $80 is worth $72. At least you negated inflation there.
Something.
From taking only a fractional piece of it.
Instead of being scared. So I think it comes back to what you said about the education thing. And my high school that I went to, from what I understand or from what I remember, they did a good job of, it was kind of unheard of at the time. They were teaching us how to balance our checkbook, or they may have been looking at balance sheets or maybe personal financial statements. I don't necessarily remember, but I can tell you, we were looking at some financial pieces that at the time, I think local high schools in the area weren't even dealing with. And now looking back on it, that was pennies. It's a bad analogy, but that's just the surface of what you should be talking about when it comes to planning financially for your family or for your life. And they don't talk about things like this. They don't talk about the ability to invest or save money or arbitrage or leverage. And they don't talk about this stuff. You don't have to get into teaching a 17-year-old about how to buy a 230 unit, but it's more like the importance of money and leverage and banking and how we could all make better decisions daily to take care of ourselves forever. And I think it's just lost on everybody. So it comes back to education.
Yeah. They should be teaching about house hacking. Like, how many people have roommates? Okay, fine, 5%. Oh, and at closing, because what is the down payment for your first time home buyers? 5%?
I think you can just still do an FHA for like 3.5%.
Okay, so you can do 3.5%. Can't you also get a credit back at closing? For repairs, etc.
One of those programs allows you for that.
Yeah, so you can get that. So basically, you're into it for very little.